In this position, white is completely winning here. However, the winning move is just not obvious because there's an issue here. Black has a pass pawn that is running towards promotion, and that pass pawn looks unstoppable. So you can pause the video here to see if you can find the winning move. If you guess bishop to b2, well, this move looks very interesting, with ideas that if your opponent is not paying attention and they just push forward, you capture here and your bishop is controlling this square and you are left with a completely winning position. Well, your opponent is paying attention, but are they paying attention to what's going on the board? Because only one of these moves wins the game. If black decide to play a move like this, well, then comes this move. And notice something, black would love to capture here, but there is a pin here, so they can't capture here. And if they push their pawn forward, then come this check. And notice something in this position. If black decide to play a random move like this, you simply push this pawn forward and your bishop will be defending this square and you are left with a completely winning position. So in order to discourage you from pushing the pawn forward, black simply goes king to d5 and they are simply discouraging this move, saying if you play this move now, I'm going to capture your bishop and I'll promote my pawn on the next move and I'm left with a completely winning position. But in this position, we simply defend our bishop like this, and if black proceed to promote to a queen in this position, then come this check. Notice something, this is a discovered attack on the queen and also a check on the king, and they are forced to respond to the check, and on the next move we pick up the queen and we are left with a completely winning position. But as I mentioned earlier, your opponent is paying attention to the position and they played a move like this. And in this position, if you decide to proceed with this move, well, it does nothing. Black simply captures here, and now we are left with two pass pawns to worry about, and one or both of these two pass pawns is going to promote to a queen and we'll be left with a completely losing position. So this move doesn't work. So what's the winning move in this position? Well, the winning move here is simply going bishop to d6, coming with the same idea of simply capturing here and keeping an eye on the promotion square here. And in this position, if black does nothing, we are going to just capture here. So black is left with two options to defend their pawn: defend the pawn this way or defend the pawn this way. If they decide to defend the pawn this way, we simply push our pawn forward, and if they push forward here, this simply transpose into the position I showed you earlier, where the king goes here and we just go back here and push the pawn forward, win the queen, and we are left with a completely winning position. So black is not going to defend that way. So instead of defending this way, black simply defends this way, and they are attacking our bishop, asking our bishop to go away. Well, we simply go away in this position, and when black pushes forward, then come this check. And notice something, and if black decide to play a move like this, well, their pawn is no longer defended and we simply capture here on the next move. And if black decide to capture en passant, we simply capture here. And notice something, our pawn and bishop is doing a good job controlling all of this square, and it will take black forever for them to get their king over here to support this pawn. And while they are trying to support their pawn and promote the pawn, we simply bring our king, try to promote our own pawn and sacrifice our bishop for the pawn, and we'll be left with a completely winning position. So opponent is left with some other option: play a move like this, or like this. If they decide to play any of these two moves, we simply capture here, defend the promotion square, and we are left with a completely winning position. So what if they play a move like this? Because this move doesn't allow us capture here, what do we do here? Well, we simply give a check here, force the king away, and on the next move we defend against the promotion square and we are left with a completely winning position. Follow for more videos like this.